Okay, hi survivors. As Johnny asked on Sunday night in his live stream, I'm going to do a little talk on Agile CRM and how I use it in my business. It helps me tremendously. And I'll take you through the bits and bobs, and if you like it, it might be something you want to explore a bit more about, and if you don't, that's fine. So my name's Graham Templeton from Flossie's Garden, and I'll take you through this thing, and hopefully you get some benefit out of it. So some of you are sat there thinking, what's a CRM? What the hell's he talking about? A CRM is a customer relationship management system. This Agile CRM is online. It's in the cloud. It's a fantastic thing that I use. And what it does, it brings all the information about a customer together in one place. So I can see, obviously, contact details. I can see any deals or potential deals I've got going on with them. I can see any notes I've made about them and any jobs and that I've got on the go or have done for them in the past. I can see their Facebook and Twitter feeds, which is a really good thing, because when I look at that person in my CRM and I see they've just tweeted something, I can retweet it from the CRM, and I'm stroking their Twitter ego whilst doing my job of getting a quote together or whatever for them. So that's a nice thing to be able to do. And depending on your accounts package, you can also see their payment history and see if they owe you any money when you look at them. So that's a really good thing and powerful thing to have. So what do I really love about Agile CRM? Well, for me, guys, it's the fact that I may get contacted by a potential client, or I might get a phone call, I might get a tweet, someone on Facebook, I might get a text or a phone call. And what I can do is, it doesn't matter where that contact comes in and where I enter it, if I put it into the CRM system or if I just add it as a contact on my phone, it all syncs up. So if I get a phone call, for instance, from somebody, I can text some details, get their email address and what it is they're after, maybe arrange to go and see them. I put those details into my phone, just into my contacts. It automatically gets synced up with Agile CRM and it creates a new customer in there. And if I've set up I can set a deal up for them then, and that will generate a task, and that tells me to go see somebody. So it's all integrated and all linked up together. So in the morning I pick up my phone, I'll have had an email from Agile CRM telling me what tasks I've got to do today, which is really good. I mean, I don't need to go and look for that. It's giving me that information. It's told me straight away this is what I need to do. What I also love about it is the fact that you can hook it up to other systems. So I'll talk about this a bit more a bit later, but this is a whole new huge topic of possibilities that it opens up. But I love that about the stuff that's on in the cloud now on the web. You can hook this system up with that system and create a very powerful thing that makes you look like a huge multinational company when you are a one-man guy who's just got a 1,500 quid's worth of van, as I have. So we'll talk about that a little bit later on. So let's have a quick look at some of the screens and stuff in Agile CRM. So this is the dashboard. So this is what you see when you first go in. So it's really good. It's got some great information on there. So first of all, I can see what my revenue pipeline looks like over the next year or whatever period I put in. You can see I only started doing this in June, so I can see a little trickle, and then I see my revenue climbing as more and more clients come on, etc. I've got a worrying dip towards the end of Jan, but that's for me to sort out. But I know about it now, so I can do something about it. I also like the funnel there, which shows you of all the potential deals you've got, what stage they're at in the pipeline. So I can see that I've got almost £12,000 worth of business at my prospect stage, which means I'm getting quotes ready for them. So I need to get my finger out and get those quotes out, so that I can get that revenue going past the end of Jan. And I can see that in the just by going to that screen immediately. I don't have to go through lists of paper and quotes and all that sort of stuff to see it. And also on here is the calendar, which is really good because it syncs up with my Google Calendar on my phone as well. So if I put an appointment in my Google Calendar on my phone when I'm out and about, it's reflected straight away in the calendar in Agile CRM. So it's again that thing I was talking about it being integrated and all hooked up. So that's the dashboard. So that's where my sales are up to. We'll have a look at the deals now and see what you think of that. Okay, guys. So this is the deals screen inside Agile CRM. So when anyone contacts me about an inquiry about a piece of work, it goes on as a deal. I put it as a deal onto the system for that client, and I have 4 phases of new. So it's brand new. It's the first time I've heard about it. Prospect. I move it to prospect when I've maybe gone out and had a look at it, and I've got a firm understanding of what that job entails, so I can get a quote ready for it. Proposal is when I've put the quote out the door and I'm waiting for something to come back, and we like the column on the right hand side, which is 1, so that's deals I've nailed. Thank you very much. But so that shows me the ones that I've actually nailed. So at a blink of an eye I can see where things are. So looking at my screen now, my new inquiries is a little bit low. I'd like to see a lot more in there to feed this pipeline through. So I know I need to be concentrating on, as we all do, on getting new deals. So that's really easy. And to move one from prospect to proposal, for instance, I can just click on the box and drag it across the screen. If I had the technology, I'd show you that in action, but I haven't. So I love that screen. It shows me what's going on, where things are up to, and you can put in sort of a value on your deal as well. So that drives your revenue graph that we saw on the dashboard. So I can say, I know I've been to see it, I think this is worth 10,000 quid. I can put that on there and that'll be reflected on the revenue graph. So it's automatically using that information I've put in to start projecting about my future income. So next we're going to go away and look at the tasks stuff and see how that works. Okay guys, so this is the task screen in Agile CRM, so the tasks that are assigned to me. I forgot to mention earlier that you can have multiple users in Agile CRM, so if you've got someone who does your paperwork, someone who's doing the quotations, you can assign tasks to them and they'll see them in their dashboard. But as I'm a one-man band at the minute, this is what I have. So it's telling me, it's quite self-explanatory, tasks that are overdue that I need to get my finger out on, stuff I need to do today, what's happening tomorrow, and stuff that's coming up, stuff I'll need to do later sometime in the future. But really quick, and you can see that straight away. When you've done something, you can just tick it off, and the system knows that's been taken care of. So next we'll talk about tickets, which is an actual job. You've won the deal, you can create a ticket inside the system so you can keep track of that job and see where it's up to. Okay guys, so this is the tickets in Agile CRM. So first of all, congratulations if you're still with me at this point. I appreciate you sticking through. Just a couple of slides to go, so please hang in there. So tickets are jobs that are on the go right now. So I create, when I win a deal, I've got a process that automatically creates a ticket for me. And on that ticket I can put all the information about that job that I need. So if I need to order something, I can put details on there, notes on the job. I know where if I've ordered stuff, if I need to get it in, then it's recorded on there, and it's a really good place, concise place to keep all the information about the job as well. So that's the ticket. It's quite really straightforward. It's not something you have to use. I prefer to use this from my background of working in IT and tickets and pieces of work, so it was quite natural for me to do that. So I'm going to go on and talk a little bit about what else Agile CRM can do just quickly. But that in essence are the main bits I use in Agile CRM. I love the dashboard that tells me what's going on in its entirety. I like where the deals are, where they're up to, and what I need to do to move them on. And to win them. The tasks that I need to do, it keeps me on track about where I am and what I'm supposed to be doing. And this ticket stuff that tells me what I use that to organise my jobs and ordering materials and checking that they've arrived and all that sort of stuff. So now we'll go on to about how you can, if you'd like Agile CRM and you want to expand it into other stuff that you might be using, I'll talk about that now, and then I'll fire up to you guys for any questions. So guys, almost final screen, so we're nearly done, to keep smiling. So here, I just want to quickly talk about how you can hook Agile CRM and lots of other things together to get you a really sophisticated sort of system for your business. So there's a service called Zapier, which there's a free account for, and it allows you to stitch all sorts of stuff together: Twitter, Facebook, Gmail, etc. And I use it at the minute in my business to hook Agile CRM into a few things. So one of them is a Quotient. So thank you to Lee Instone for posting that on the group the other day. I had a look at it and I absolutely loved it. It's a way of doing online quotes. There's a history of any discussion around the quote, and the client can accept the quote online, and it records that as well. So it's a really great thing. And I've used Zapier to when a client accepts a quote, it comes through and it creates a task automatically in my Agile CRM to tell me to move that deal on and get moving, sort of thing. So that's a really good thing. I use a thing called Basecamp for detailed planning on jobs. So when I've won a deal, I mark a deal as won in Agile CRM, and what Zapier does, it recognises that and creates a brand new Basecamp project for me for that job. And I have a template in Basecamp which tells me that I need to sort out what goes on the van, I've got space for ordering materials and all that sort of stuff, and it really helps me organise my job and keeps me really lean. I hate rocking up at the van on a Tuesday morning knowing I'm going to a job and then having to think about what I need to take. That I find very stressful. So I do all that planning ahead of time on Basecamp, and I just pull up Basecamp on my phone and I just go through the checklist and make sure I've got that stuff on the van, and then I'm sorted. I don't need to come back again to get something. I'm in a few networking groups, and what I like to do is Twitter's a big thing with networkers. So what I like to do, when I add a new client into my CRM, new potential customer into my CRM, what I've got it set up to do is to tweet a shout out to the person who referred it to me if they're part of my group, which will send a tweet saying thank you XYZ for another referral, much appreciated, isn't networking a great thing, that type of thing. I don't have to remember to do that. I've got it set up so it automatically does it, and it strokes their ego, gives them a little bit of feedback and a bit of kudos for doing the referral. And you can hook up with Gmail and stuff, so automatically send out emails under certain circumstances and all that sort of stuff. So there's loads, endless possibilities really about how you can hook things together and make things happen. That was my previous life. So if anyone wants any advice on that, I'm quite happy to spend a bit of time talking to you about it. But that just shows that Agile CRM doesn't live on its own. With Zapier. And Zapier supports lots of other stuff, not just Agile CRM. So you may be using other stuff that you can just start putting that together and building a really good, classy, slick system. Okay, guys. So that's Agile CRM and how I use it in Flossie's garden. I hope you found it useful. I'm sure you guys have got a lot of stuff sorted out already, but if you haven't and you're looking for something, then I could recommend Agile CRM to you. I'm not getting paid for doing that, but I find it really, really useful. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to stick them on a comment on the post and I'll get back to you. And if anyone wants to chat about it, I'm more than happy to take a call and have a natter. Okay, so that's thanks for sticking with it. So that's Graham Templeton from Flossie's Garden. I'm just really pleased to be part of the survivors group and still surviving. So thanks very much. Cheers.